Mumble rappers react to being dissed by Eminem. We've already covered the hilarious slew of offensive bars Eminem fired at upcoming mumble rappers, but today we're going to be taking a look at how they responded to them. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Eminem is one of the most well-known and respected MCs around, and is known specifically for just how prepared he is to go bar for bar by a huge portion of his fan base. Whether it's ex-girlfriends, former friends, or other less-than rappers, Eminem can and will diss them. In his 2017 album Kamikaze, he took shots at the entire mumble rap genre, including big names like Lil Xan, Lil Yachty, Lil Pump, Migos, and more. Lil Pump is one of the biggest targets out of all of them, kind of leading the way for the mumble rap movement at the time. Despite his success with radio hits like Gucci Gang, a huge part of the hip-hop community thought he didn't belong, and shots were fired at him by not just Eminem, but also J. Cole on his song 1985, The Fall Off. While it's hard to tell if Lil Pump was being sincere or sarcastic, considering his response came written in the form of an Instagram comment, he did have something to say. His comment on Eminem's post simply read, "Thank you, I deserve that," with a red heart emoji at the beginning. Next up is Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty, also known as Lil Boat, is probably on the other end of the spectrum though. While Eminem did technically still diss him, it wasn't as harsh as the others. Eminem simply said that he can see why people like Yachty's music, but it just wasn't for him. Lil Yachty seems pretty chill with his half-diss, as his only response was that the fact that Eminem took a shot at him was pretty fire. I guess it's a compliment to be acknowledged by legends, even when the acknowledgement itself is a bit of an insult. The popular trio Migos was another one of his targets, with the hook of one of the songs on Kamikaze being a distasteful parody of Migos' typical style. While a huge portion of one of these tracks was aimed at the Migos, they seemingly haven't responded. In fact, we can't even find any evidence to suggest they care at all. I guess it's hard to be mad when you're rolling in your own dough and making your own accomplishments regardless of what one judgmental MC has to say. Rapper 6ix9ine is another huge face in the mumble rap movement, who even had a lot to say to M, but weirdly enough, his response is to nothing? Yup, you heard us right. Eminem decided to not even mention 6ix9ine's name, and that's what caused the problem. I guess 6ix9ine felt left out, not being mentioned at all when a lyrical legend came for mumble rap's throat, considering he took to social media to say that M not dissing him was a good choice, as if M would have something to be afraid of. 6ix9ine didn't stop there though, eventually uploading a clip to his story of him rapping about the situation over the beat to the classic Eminem song, Lose Yourself. The move obviously backfired, as his continuing to bring attention to the situation tore his illusion that he wasn't bothered by it. The backlash got to him, and the comments and video were later deleted. It's one thing to get picked on, but for the bully to not even bother calling you out because you aren't worth his time, ouch. Of course, there's also MGK, who got into what is probably the most infamous Eminem beef of recent times when he released his Eminem diss track, Rap Devil. Eminem of course obliterated him once on his Kamikaze album before that track, and again on the response track, Kill Shot. After that, MGK didn't have much to say to the public, at least. Though he desperately insisted that he could keep going if he wanted to, he played it off as if continuing the beef would be a waste of his time, and returned to only subtly mentioning it on his EP that dropped shortly after the situation. Whether you're an aspiring lyrical rapper or a mumble enthusiast, it's pretty safe to say that the lesson here is to not go after Eminem. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.